Hello everyone, my name is Oscar Jimenez, music producer and singer at the Amaru tribe. I'm originally from Colombia, but been in Australia for more than 20 years.
My name is Chris. I'm the percussionist in Amaru, and I was born in Chile. I got to Australia when I was 10 months old. I was brought here, and this is Kathy.
Yes, my name is Catherine. I'm the singer and visual artist in Amaru tribe. And I guess I can tell you a little bit about this project. We've been working together.
Where are you from?
I am from Colombia and and been in Australia for about 10 years now. It's been a while. And with Amaru tribe, we've been working for about 7 years. It's a beautiful space where we meet to create and express this dual identity we have. We really like to explore all these travels, and I think our music really talks about all of these different places that have nurtured us in our lives and the sound we are always trying to create.
We're gonna release a new EP. You heard one of the songs that we just released recently called Rise Together, which is part of this EP called Songs for the Earth. And which I'm really excited to share with you, and which is going to come out in 2021. Yeah, we're been really excited about this new phase, even though it was a very tough year for some of us emotionally. I think that a lot of emotions were channelized into the music, and we feel that this is a good time to bring and to inject a lot of these energies and a lot of these positive into the future. For the generations that are coming, you know, we need to. I think music and the arts have that role, you know, to shape the future, have that power to change people's mind, and that's where people can change the future. So we hope that our music brings and contributes to a little bit of that.
So we definitely keep connected to our culture in Australia. Many ways we do that. Through food, through our community. There's a big, beautiful Latin American community in Melbourne, you know, where culture is really practiced and experienced on a daily basis. I don't think you really need to make a lot of effort to create it, because you got it right next to you constantly. We are constantly in touch with our language, which is Spanish. And I think that's one of the things that really bonds us with our Latin American friends in Melbourne. The privilege of being able to speak in our language when we're together. I think that's a great way to keep connected.
Yeah, as well the music, you know, I think Melbourne, well, in Australia there's diasporas in every city that I've been to, but you know, especially Melbourne, I think the artistic community has a very strong pull, and it welcomes a lot of different cultures. It's not just Latin Americans. I think that Australians really get you know, attracted by this energy. You know, I think Latin American culture and Colombian music, which has been coming in stronger in the last few years, have contributed to what some of the other communities have been doing for so long. And I think yeah, we're trying to bring that into our music, is to be really inclusive, at the same time try to keep our traditions alive, you know. The way we keep connected is a lot to our music. We always travel to other countries. Well, hopefully we get to travel next year, but we also we all listening to what South Latin America is sharing to the world all the time, all the amazing artists that we see every time we go and visit our families. We go and dig deep of what people are listening to, and then bring it back here and do our own interpretations and try to connect to the places where we are and take it a step further.
Well, I come from a family of musicians. My dad's a conga player and a guitarist, and my younger brother's makes beats and plays a freak left-hand guitarist, and my older brother's a bass player. My mum doesn't play anything, but yeah, it was always growing up. We were in bands from age of 8, 9 years old. Played at the church, and then I made her own little band, and then did Beatles covers, and then got a bit older, and then then got into a lot of hip hop, and then started rapping, and then kind of went back to my roots at about maybe 18, 19. Picked up the bongos and congas and timbales again, and they were always kind of floating around the house, and then started playing with some salsa bands, and started putting some bands together, and it's been a little while now. I won't tell you my age, but
he's young.
It's been about 20 years of playing in bands. No, that's a lie. It's been about 30.
20 years of fiesta.
It's
Let's say he started really early.
Yeah.
I got that creativity I love from my mom. She's a visual artist, and she kind of identified that I was like singing melodies when I was a little kid. She I think it was my grandma who told her, Oscar actually it's not just blowing the harmonica, he's making melodies. And my mom picked on that and took me to a few lessons, and I developed a sense for music, but it wasn't until I came out of high school until really I immersed myself into the scene, and then traveling to Australia, it opened up a whole new world for me, especially because I kind of felt like liberated about who I wanted to be as an artist. I think to come out of that social pressure of expectations of people, of who you should be, can limit. You limit yourself. They don't limit you, but I think that being in Australia, being so far away, kind of allowed for me to like express all that I had inside. And a few years down the track that I came to Australia, I started a new group and started to actually live of music, playing in cafes, and that's how I kind of survived culturally and emotionally.
I was always really creative. I guess I've never been really musically trained, but in my house there was always a big passion for the arts and for music. And I grew up singing with my sister. She's also has a beautiful voice. They're always more traditional and in the streets, to be completely honest. Also really attracted to rap and urban culture. Growing up, I grew up in Bogota, which is a bit of a mix of everything.
She's an amazing muralist.
I love painting on the street, I love public art, and I think music is also a big part of that culture in Latin America. And yeah, writing and rapping a little, I always loved doing that, but I never thought I was going to be that much on stage, to be completely honest. I was really focused on my visual art, and then I started meeting people, and especially Oscar, who saw what I was writing and some of the ideas, and he was like, as a producer mind, he was like, oh, this would be really cool on a beat and on this, and then music flourished, and I'm extremely grateful for all the lessons that I've learned from these guys.
It's a very interesting story with Catherine, because there was a lot of travels between Sydney. I was thinking of moving to Melbourne because I met her in one of my tours, and we started a relationship. And in one of those travels, I was showing beats to Catherine, and she was throwing these lines. I was like, that's just dope. We should start a band, And in a few, like about a year after I moved, it was just meant to happen, and here we are.
Look, the way I see it, and I think I've always seen it, is I don't see it as music, visual. I see it as art. You express yourself in the way that you are and the way that you feel it. And then you've got all these added layers that you're taught that you need to do this and that to be able to perform or to be who you want to be, but you just need to do it and be true to who you are. Big shout out to Yo City Garden Session. We had a lot of fun and thank you so much for inviting us. Mwah.
Yo City, thank you so much. Tune in for the next band.
Yo, yo, yo.
Thank you to Joe City and Garden Sessions for having Amaru Tribe in. We'll see you next time. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you.